How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm just stopping here at my storage unit to, well, basically give them my notice that I'm leaving and give them a little bit of crap for not listening to me about a month and a half ago when I stopped into the office and signed all of the paperwork to get rid of the $20 a month insurance payment that's also on my bill every time I pay this. Yeah, because I just got my notification that my bill is going to be coming due again, and the payment's still on there. Super frustrating, especially when you have to like sign paperwork. But anyways, gonna take care of that. And the reason that's not why I'm giving my notice, although it was enough to get under my skin. I'm giving my notice actually because my cousin is moving very, very soon. It's kind of been in the works for a while. Actually, I say that, it hasn't really been in the works for a while. She hit the ground running. Ultimately, what happened is her landlord wanted to get out of the game and sold the place that she's renting. And the new owners came in and said, cool, we're raising your rent by $1,000 a month starting February 1st. So she was able to find a new place, and it's got a nice double wide garage. So we've had some conversations regarding that whole situation, and I will be whittling down my storage, and anything I may have to continue to keep in storage, I will be using her garage and moving the money that goes to this company to my cousin. So that's what I'm doing first and foremost today. So I'm gonna go talk with them. I'm not gonna bring the camera in because that's ignorant and rude. And then I'm probably gonna grab a few things out of my storage unit that I probably don't need and chuck them. And then we're gonna make some tasty, tasty food when I'm done with this nonsense. So be right back. Okay, so got a couple items thrown out, got talking to them. It was obviously just an error on their part that they completely overlooked. They said I hadn't signed the paper, and then when she went to the filing cabinet, pulled the paper out, and lo and behold, there's my signature. So she's gonna try to credit me the $20 from last month, and I'm out of here. Last day is gonna be like, I don't know, the 8th of December or the 10th of December or something. All this stuff will be out well before then. It's unfortunate because you pay in advance, not backwards, right? So I thought the payment that is coming up here in a few days in November would cover what's coming, but it just covers what I've done. It's too much to keep track of, so it's just a good thing that I'm probably getting out of here anyway. Very, very fortunate that I have family members in the city that we can kind of have a simpatico relationship even more so with. I did grab my heated blanket out of the storage unit. We're gonna put that right in here. Hello, Penelope, how are you? And this bad boy, as great as it is, and I'm appreciative that I was able to get that from Craze Outdoors and Conrad over there. I talked about it in my very first video here for Chapter 4 on Vanlife Plus, and it is great. My van's really insulated well. It holds heat. I did my due diligence. It's not a brag. It's more like I don't really need something like this. And the sad truth is that my friend Amber, even though we got her a brand new battery and she's got voltage coming out of her wazoo, I hope she doesn't have to see a doctor because of that. Her diesel heater that she's had since last year has continued to give her nothing but grief, and she hasn't been able to get it to activate it. Just billows nothing but white smoke. You don't have to give us advice in the comments about what might cause that white smoke. We've been down all of those rabbit holes, and this unit just seems to be like a lemon. I gave her one of my backup glow plugs. She put it in, it did nothing. She took it apart and cleaned it, that did nothing. It's crazy. These V4 diesel heaters seem to be nothing but a headache. I swear to God, if this girl didn't have bad luck, she'd have no luck at all. So I'm gonna give her the heated blanket that I got from Craze Outdoors because it's really not doing any good just sitting in my storage unit. She was using my buddy heater last night and this morning. She has a diesel heater on the way. Vernon, one of my amazing subscribers, sent her that, so it should be here soon. But in case there's some sort of delay, she's got the buddy heater and the heated blanket that she can run off of her VTOMAN. So that is all good. That will come later. We'll hand that off to her. But for now, let's get over to Great Canadian Stupid Store and get some food, because there is a meal I have been wanting to try to make in my van ever since I moved in to van life. Do you move into van life? I moved into a van and started van life. Well. And we are here. You probably can't hear it in that shot, but Lucky has got a crazy squeak happening in the rear suspension. Listen to this. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's the shocks. I was able to get my hand on them yesterday and have my friend do that. It didn't feel anything in the shock. I'm suspecting leaf springs. So I don't know, it's super annoying when you're driving because every little motion is causing it to happen. Lucky just needs new leaf springs. I think I'm going to be focusing on getting her a whole new suspension with an added leaf. With the amount of weight she's got in her rear end, she's a heavy girl. So it's probably time to upgrade it. I saw a Chevy Express not too long ago, and its whole like rear end here by the tire was so much higher. And I was like, is that what my van is supposed to look like? So that'll be on the to-do list here in chapter 4 for sure. She's gonna need a little TLC. So I'm just gonna grab my grocery bag and we're gonna rip into Superstore, and there is water everywhere. Penny, your water dish spilled. My fault, I was driving. And typical van lifer. First things first. How you doing today?
Well, and yourself?
Good.
Thank you for using self-checkout.
So, who can guess what I'm making? It's pretty basic, but we'll get to that in a bit. So, we've got eggs. What else we got? The bottles of water. We don't really need those. We're gonna throw these up here anyway. Got a bag Caesar salad. Got us some bucatini noodles. Those don't need to go in the fridge. We got some thick cut bacon. We got some Cajun breakfast sausages from Johnsonville. This is not for the meal tonight. They're new. I saw them. I'm like, I must try them, and I'm going to have eggs left over, so breakfast in the morning. Also picked up some Romano cheese. Not 100% sure whether I'll use it or not. And the star of the show, Parmigiano Reggiano. Nailed it. Super Mario would be proud. And your clove of garlic, of course. All right, well, compared to the last time we took a peek in this fridge, it's looking a little bit more full, which is always good. No more panic for starvation. Well, since I'm already in my driver's seat, I'm not gonna go back into the back of the house, and I've got this clove of garlic here. So obviously, hashtag van life, clove of garlic, stay. All right, so now it's time to go do something about this. Yikes! There we go. I feel so much better. So fresh, so fly, so fabulous. Yeah, she took like this much off. I just wanted it to get cleaned up a little bit. Gonna keep growing it out, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, I gotta get some diesel and some gasoline for the tiny home on wheels. Ooh, she's windy out here. Oh, Penny, catching your sunbeam still? Hello, darling. Oh. All right, so while I am just ripping over here to the gas station, I figured I'd get this out of the way now. This recipe is for carbonara. And I got it actually from another YouTuber who's really big. His YouTube channel is called Binging with Babish. I used to watch it quite frequently when I was back in Sticks and Bricks, and I got a lot of good recipes from him. He's kind of popularized on his channel watching pop culture shows, movies, and that sort of thing where they feature food, and he then tries to recreate it on his channel in real life and see what it's all about. And then he usually tries to perfect it in his way. He's a professional chef. And I don't think the carbonara was from anything, but when I had to look up the recipe again, because it's been a hot minute, on his website, because he posts everything over on his blog as well, I forgot that he actually has 2 different ways of doing carbonara. Carbonara. I'm probably butchering that, and I don't care. The whole milky thing all over again. There's the traditional way of doing it, and then the modern way of doing it. So I'm kind of actually doing a bit of a Frankenstein of the two, because I know that for the traditional one, he calls for spaghetti, whereas with the modern one, he calls for this bucatini. But then the traditional calls for pancetta, and the modern one calls for bacon. Maybe it's vice versa. I probably have those mixed up. Anyway, I'm kind of Frankensteining the two of them. So it's going to be a little bit from one, a little bit from the other, but I'm very excited to get to it because I really enjoyed making this dish in sticks and bricks, and super curious. See if I can make it into van. Holy Dinah, it is busy AF. All right, I'm gonna get gas, and then we're gonna get hunkered down. But before we can start cooking, of course, we better make sure the putty tat is fed. You want this, baby? Come here. There you go, girl. Nice butthole. There you go. Bone apple tits. Good girl. So, because it's basically winter van life and the putty tat's dish is up here on the counter, gonna have to wait till Her Highness is done eating before we can start cooking, because I'm gonna need the counter space too. Sharing is caring, Tubbers. Sharing is caring. In the meantime, here is everything that we will need for this recipe. We've got our cheeses, of course, our bacon, our garlic, our eggs, and we've got some salt and pepper, obviously. And I can actually start whilst Her Highness is still mowing. I could combine the eggs and the cheese in a bowl. So I'm gonna get a bowl up from here. Let's see, that should do it. Yes. Shush. And what I need to do to start this is I need 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk. That's always fun. And about 4 ounces of cheese. I don't ever measure it. I'm just gonna grate some of this delicious cheese. And then I will also add some of the Romano. So that's the plan. Let's get that done. Whilst you're mowing. Turns out, convenience-wise, for future reference, this little 140-gram thing of Romano, that's upside down, 140-gram thing of Romano is 4.94 ounces or something like that. So it's pretty much spot on, because who doesn't like a little extra cheese? Let's get serious. I do have some of that in here in this bowl, along with that other one that I grated up. But now it doesn't look like there's much room for egg and mixing. So, transfer from one to the other. Cheeses. Excellent. Now, let's get some eggs. Okay, so the first 3 eggs should be mighty easy. 1. Whoops, sorry! How rude of me. Tiny home living. Alright, let's see if I can do this. We go crack. Okay, we get the egg. And then you just gotta lose the white. Oh! Hey! Pretty good. Oh, lost some yolk. It's a travesty. Quick. Get it in the bowl. I'm not gonna worry about the camera. It's in the bowl. Extra yolky. Reason 757 to have a sink in your van. This bacon is expensive as shit. So make sure you don't let any of it go to waste. Also, don't use the whole package, because that's insane. Half a package will do. Yeah, starting to get a little nervous. I've been running out of room in this pan. I mean, I know the bacon will get smaller as I cook it. When I did this in sticks and bricks, I would use an electric frying pan. So this pan's a little smaller, but we'll get there. So now this next part of the process is quite slow because I have to just render out all the fat from this bacon. So I'm gonna whip out my stove, get that cooking away on low, and then on the other burner, I will start boiling some water for the noodle-roos. Sound good? All right, let's get it on.
What were you guys talking about with Leahy? Did you ask any questions? Corey told him about the hash jar. You what?
All right, so about an episode of Trailer Park Boys to get the bacon's fat rendered down to this point. Now I just got it simmering on low. I got to get rid of the grease, but you want to save about 2 tablespoons of the grease. For me, I'm just going to transfer it out with a spoon into a measuring cup, get rid of the rest of the grease. Then I'll add the 2 tablespoons of grease back into the pan, and then we got to add 2 cloves of diced up garlic. And then we're going to saute that, I think, for like a minute or 2 on low with the bacon. Then we're going to shut it off and get the water boiling. All right, see how easy this is. I don't know. Get some bacon grease. Uno. And dos. Very good. All right, so we got a nice low flame here. We got the bacon bits back. Let's put in this bacon grease. And then we'll add the garlic. There we go. Medium-low heat it's asking for. Add the minced garlic, saute for 1 minute, and then turn off the heat. That's the plan. I love this little setup. I need to cook more often in the van and do meals like this. It's just been nice just kind of hanging out with the TV going and the food cooking away. It really makes it feel more like home in here. So, I don't know, just one of those moments. Anyway, the garlic, oh, that is a nice fragrance to be filling the van with right now. Nice, nice, nice. So, now what we'll do is we will kill this burner. Bye-bye. We're gonna get this one going real good. Bada bing, bada boom, fire, fire, fire. Crank her up. There we go, boil some water. And then get those noodles into their bath. You also make sure you have the fan open, unless you want to pass out. I don't know what you're into. All right, so now it's gonna get a little tricky. The pasta's almost done. It's still boiling away. I can probably turn it down a little bit. But gonna have to drain the water and then get the noodles into the pan with the bacon, then add the egg and cheese mixture, and you gotta keep it moving so you don't end up with scrambled eggs in your noodles. It's the residual heat from the noodles that is going to cook the egg. And if you let it sit, well then, you got breakfast. Woo! All right, tiny home living. See if this works. Ooh, that's hot. Duh, that's hot. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Huh, Real hot, real hot, real hot, real hot. Let's go. Water out. Wonder if, hey, wait a second. I have a solution for this. I may not have an oven in my van, but I do have oven mitts. So let's lock this lid on so we don't have any accidents. Grab this sucker. Get this pan over here. Get rid of this water. Reason 9,442 to have a sink in your van. There we go. Ooh, noodleroos. Noodleroos, noodleroos. I'm gonna add the noodles to this pan. Again, I've run out of space already. Zoiks, Scoob, zoiks. And add our cheese mixture. Ooh, let's get it moving. This may be better off like this. Yeah, let's do it the opposite way. Get all that grease over here. Yeah, that's way better. Use the big pan, pot, whatever. Oh, that smells so good. Ooh. Carbonara. I present to you Vanlife Plus Carbonara. There you go. And let's not forget a little sidey side here. There you go. Italian in the van. Okay, moment of truth. Never use bocconcino noodles either. They're thick, much thicker than spaghetti noodles. That's pretty good. And I was so excited to try it, I forgot to say, bone apple tits. Woo! Huh. Ready for the day. All right, well, I thought the ending of this video would be just a little bit different because Amber got a notification from the UPS store yesterday that she got a bit of mail, and it's most likely her diesel heater. So I thought, well, we'll rip her, we'll blip fish it from there. We'll blip fish it from there. Thought, well, we'll rip her over there first thing in the morning. It's going to be a beautiful day outside, a great day to install a diesel heater. Check online. It's Remembrance Day, and the UPS store is closed. So now we're gonna rip her over to my storage unit and get a space heater that I have that I'm pretty sure works, and then we'll have to hunt down shore power tonight because she was this close to becoming an ampersicle last night.
Yes.
How'd that heated blanket work?
I didn't use it all night because it wasn't like, it doesn't get warm enough, even on the highest temperature, really. I mean, it's nice for like...
You ever heard the expression, beggars can't be choosers?
I had a second higher-powered blanket underneath.
And the buddy heater she was using was acting super finicky. Of course, it wouldn't turn on last night. So I'm like, well, it's probably a piece of junk now. It's probably broken. And then she tried it this morning, and of course the thing turned on, right when you don't need it anymore. So, we're out of here.
Just kidding.
We're gonna go do that, but first I guess I better probably rip her through a Tim Hortons drive-thru. How'd you like the carbonara last night?
It was really good.
There you go. Until the next one, go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, and remember, only dead fish go with the flow. And frozen ampersicles. Decided to rip past the UPS store anyway to see if the internet is wrong. It doesn't look like the internet is wrong.
Yeah.
Come on, internet, be wrong, be wrong, be wrong, be wrong, be wrong. There's signs out front. There's signs out front. The lights are on.
Oh, is it?
They're open! Hey, stop the presses! I'm gonna stay parked like a jerk, and we're gonna go get a diesel heater, mother. Hey, now she's not gonna freeze anymore. Does it get in? Oh, here, let me get the glass. Watch your face! Well, now we know what Amber's gonna be busy doing today.
Oh, fuck.
And if this is a different brand heater than the one she currently has, that means she's gonna have to do some cutting and splicing. It's a good thing somebody has all of the electrician's tools to do that. And there she goes. She got a lot of work ahead of her. I'm sure she'll do just fine. And as soon as she needs to start splicing wires, well, we will give her some tools to do just that. I also ended up with a package from Priscilla, which I was not expecting. So thank you very much, my dear. I do not know what's in this box. Sounds solid enough. Let us see. Hey. Oh my goodness gracious. Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat. A little board game with a cat who is also a taco. That is super cool, Priscilla. Thank you very much. A little card on here as well. What is this? Oh, thank you so much. Give me a gift card to Mobile One. Hi, Matthew. I saw this and, of course, immediately thought of you. You may already have this. I do not. But if not, here you go. A combination of a couple of your favorite things. Pass it on if you have it. Hope you have a warm winter and many new adventures in and out of town with both Lucky, Grace O'Malley, and Penny, and your beautiful Brooklyn. Keep doing you. Thank you very much, Priscilla. That is very kind. As always, she's got her awesome little van with her canoe. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And now we are done.